I should have seen the signs when Amamira suddenly changed the password on her phone. We'd been together for 3 years, engaged for almost 1. Everyone thought we were the ideal college couple, both driven, respectful families behind us. Her parents were fond of me, and mine embraced her like a daughter. Our wedding was set for early spring. Invitations had been mailed, the venue secured, her dress custom-tailored. And yet, something deep down kept nudging me, warning me. It started small. She claimed she had late-night study sessions that didn't match what I knew of her grad school schedule. Then she began putting on makeup, even on days she said she was heading to the library. I ignored it, convinced myself I was overthinking. Love has a way of making you doubt your instincts in favor of trust. One evening, I decided to surprise her. I showed up at her apartment with her favorite drink, a hazelnut oat milk latte, no sugar. Her car was parked out front. The lights inside were on. I knocked at the door, no response. I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but I couldn't ignore the tightening in my chest. So I returned to my car, parked nearby, and waited in silence. About 20 minutes later, a man emerged from her apartment. He looked sharp, confident. As she walked him to the door, he kissed her on the cheek. I didn't move. I just watched. She'd never even mentioned him. The next morning, I acted like nothing had happened. I kissed her on the forehead, told her I loved her, and casually asked how her study session had gone. She smiled and lied right to my face. That's when I knew I wouldn't confront her. Not yet. I had grown close to her family, especially her father, a man of principle who valued honor and loyalty. Her mother was gentle, kind, soft-spoken. She treated me like a son. I knew what trust meant to them. So I decided I wouldn't retaliate. I would simply tell the truth, in the clearest, rawest way possible. Over the next 2 weeks, I quietly gathered everything: screenshots, photos, call logs, message threads. What I found made my stomach turn. She hadn't seen this man just once or twice. There were hotel bookings, romantic dinners, and intimate messages, ones where she called him Babayo, using the same tone she once used with me. A week before the wedding, her parents hosted a dinner for both families, a final celebration before the big day. I agreed to attend. She had no idea I knew. That evening, she looked radiant, hair styled perfectly, a new dress, all smiles, pretending as if everything was picture perfect. Halfway through dinner, her father stood up to give a heartfelt toast. I rose as well, thanked everyone for being there, and then pulled a small envelope from my pocket. I handed it to her father and said, "Before we continue with the wedding, there's something you both deserve to see." He opened it right there. The room fell into a heavy silence. Her mother's hand flew to her mouth. Her father's face went pale. I watched as his hand trembled while flipping through each printed photo, every time-stamped message, undeniable proof of betrayal. Amamira sat frozen in place. "Is this some kind of joke?" her mother whispered, shaken. But it wasn't a joke. It was her reality, exposed before the very people she never thought would see it. "I didn't come here to shame her," I said quietly. "But I can't let you give your blessing to a marriage built on deception." She tried to speak, but her father raised a hand to silence her. His voice was calm, but his words cut deep. "You are no longer welcome in this house until you understand what commitment truly means." I stood, nodded respectfully, and walked out before she could follow. The wedding was called off. No one else asked why. Her parents took care of it. Invitations were withdrawn without explanation. The venue was canceled. Her father personally called mine to offer a heartfelt apology. Weeks later, I heard she tried to contact me. Repeatedly. I never replied. Because sometimes, revenge doesn't come through anger or cruelty. Sometimes, the most powerful response is letting someone destroy everything on their own, while you step aside and walk away. I didn't shout. I didn't insult her. I just made sure the truth was seen by the people who mattered. And that silence, the stillness in that room as her world unraveled, said far more than any words I could have spoken. Now I feel peace. I escaped a lifetime trapped in lies disguised as love. And I've learned to never again silence the voice in my gut.